Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to JK's Deal Reveal. Every Thursday, 7 p.m., we reveal a deal to you, sometimes from the community, sometimes from us, sometimes, wherever they land, here they are. And I have got a whitest tint. I swear to God, I did not see a ghost, so we're going to have to fix that. But ultimately, it's nice to see you here. We are very excited to reveal another deal. This one, it is coming from JK, one of our very own. So you'll get to see how it falls on your deal or no deal radar. And I do want to remind you that if you're interested in becoming a JK Beta Ambassador, there is still an opportunity for that. The $7.99 spots have been sold out. The $8.88 spots have been sold out, and now they are going for $9.99. And I'll remind you that every time we're offering promotional low entry points to be a Beta Ambassador. We have already started rolling out value to our beta ambassadors, but just know that these are early adopter positions and you are grandfathered in at that price for life. And so if it's of interest, you know how to get a hold of us, info@nowfortomorrow.club. You have access eventually to all of the JK trainings that have ever been done, redone, remastered, and everything that is coming in the pipeline. So this is your opportunity to jump in and get grandfathered in. So tonight on the deal reveal, we are going to analyze a deal lightning fast, right? Show you that it's not rocket science, but there is a good and a bad way to buy U.S. real estate. We're going to see if we can get some cash flow. And today we are going to 251 East 280th Street in Euclid, a property that was listed for $129,000. Now, let's get to, obviously, I know a little bit more about this one. I'm not being thrown on the spot like I usually am on these deal reveals. This one actually got inspected yesterday, and it's a go. So I kind of gave you the punch on that one. But we're going to see how and why this one in particular caught our attention. Now, along the way, it's your job to figure, is this a deal or no deal? Is this a deal you would like to be a part of? Is this a deal like this that you'd like to be a part of? Let us know, chime in at any point. Let's begin our deal reveal. So start the timers, here we go. We start off with going to our good friend Zillow or Realtor.com. I just want to get a sense of what this property is about. So I like Realtor. Let's make sure we got the right property. Boom, here it is. It is pending, as you can see, 129. We actually have it, we got it under contract for 120, and that's where we stand right now. We just got it inspected, and so now is our opportunity to take that inspection and renegotiate if we want. But between you and me, 120, the numbers do work. So let's take a look. It was on market actually for just about 3 weeks. And so we saw it within the first week of it going on the market, and we jumped on it. It is in Euclid, right by the lake. You see this blue, it's the lake. So we got proximity to the lake, which does drive value. And let's take a quick look at this property, see what we have here. Look at this. All right, so we have a trend that is nice and steady trend going all the way up to about $240,000, okay? And obviously, why is this data point so low here? Because it was just put on the market for 129 and it contingent at 120. So we do have to be careful when there are outliers in the data, but look at the overall trend of what's happening, about 240. Now that's pretty good right out the gate, right? They were asking 129. It's a bank-owned foreclosure, and we put an offer 120, and it was accepted, and off we went to get under contract. But take a look at this. It's advertised as a 5.2, right? But the gatekeeper who found this property for us said, hey, there's actually an opportunity to make it a 6-bedroom, even a 7-bedroom. So we jumped in with that knowledge, even without seeing it, and we put in an offer at 120 because at a 5-bedroom, the comps are coming in almost at 250. So even at a 5.2, it's making sense. And after we've visited the property, all right, this is what it looks like. Right, so it does need updating. At first, we thought, hey, this might be a good flip, because all the pieces are there. A nice bay window. It's actually a double lot as well in the backyard. Older windows, needs updating. The appliances look better in the pictures than they are in person. If you take a minute, you see how scratched and banged up they are. So obviously they can't stay. Overall, a whole bunch of bedrooms and 2 full baths. And what these pictures don't show is the second floor, which could be converted into another 2 bedrooms if we want. So that's where the 6 or 7 bedrooms come in. And then you have here the basement, which is unfinished and actually has the right layout to add 2 more bedrooms if we wanted to. So suddenly we can be as high up as a 9-bedroom in this property, which is really particular. And it got us thinking of an amazing opportunity to do some house hacking. So where they have, someone lives in the property and rents out bedrooms or the entire place when they're not there. So to start thinking about this from how do we increase the cash flow? Because at the end of the day, if you are buying a single family for 120, and it does need work, okay? There's no hiding that, $25,000 would do it good. So let's say we're all in for 150. Well, rents better support a 150 purchase. So if we were going to do our deal reveal the normal way, we can go to Rentometer and see on a 5-bedroom, 1.5 bath, we see that we can probably get almost $2,000 a month in rent, and that's not a 6 or a 7 or an 8 or a 9-bedroom, but just keeping at a 5-bedroom, about 2,000 after we put in nice higher end finishing. We're somewhere in the 1,800 to 2,000 range, and I'm going to assume we're putting in the work because it's a nice single family in a nice area. This is not catered to the lowest common denominator. We are going to be going to get some nicer and tenants. So let's be a little bit conservative at 1,900, 12 months a year. And here we're in Euclid with those high-end rents, about 12,000 a year using the 55% rule or a variant on the 50% rule. So for those of you, if I went too fast, gross income times 55% can give us the net income of a property. So that's 12,540. And if we're paying 150,000 all in for this, well, we're at an 8.36 cap, an 8.4% cap rate. That's kind of where we're lining up. And if you've been seeing these deal reveals, if you've been following them for a year or so, you often see that the best cash flow for short term are also underwritten with pretty strong long-term numbers. And you'll notice that most times I'm right around this 8.5% for long-term numbers, long-term rental. But the point here is to do short-term to really bump it up. But in worst case scenario, we're in an 8.5, which is not bad at all. This is already above average for a rental investment property in the US at 8.5, right? The average right now, I'd say, is closer to 6.7. So we're already above average as a backup plan to the real plan, which would be the house hack for those short-term rentals. And hi there, Isabel. Nice to see you. Oh, you know this house. It was on your favorite list. Oh no, I'm sorry. We might have jumped on that a bit too fast for you. All right. So if we are looking at this from a short-term rental perspective, we can go on AirDNA, plop it in here. It identifies immediately that 5-bedroom, 2-bath for $36,000 at a 51% occupancy. So not too bad. I mean, we see that with long-term, it was closer to 24,000, 2,000 times 12, 24,000 a year in gross income. With short-term, we might be able to bump it up, maybe 50% on this property. So then we can do a similar calculation. We can go in here. Let me just refresh this. We can say 36,000 a year, use that 50% rule. Short term, I'll still use 50% because we have cleanings to pay and all these extra things. So 50%, And then we're doing short term, so then we have to probably put a little bit higher end finishes as well. So I'm going to say all in for 175, buy it for 120, but really put in another 50 in it to really spruce it right up. And that brings us to a 10.3 cap at a 5.2. But we could potentially bump this up even higher to a 6, a 7, an 8 bedroom. And ideally, this would be a way to increase the income. Now, this is really interesting. It doesn't seem to even have comparables in the 6 plus. So we would really stand out in the marketplace for that. So what we could do is we could basically see what a maybe what a 2 bedroom, 1 bath does in this area. Because if we do convert the basement and we create like a separate entrance, we could potentially be adding 27,000 to that other 36,000 and operate it like this. And so if we do that, if we have, say, the main floor and the top floor and the attic all, with 5, 6, or 7 bedrooms, and that's bringing in 36,000 a year. And then to that, we add a basement that we're also making as an independent short-term rental suite, like independent entrance, independent way. We can add potentially another 27,000 to this. So to bring in $63,000 from this one property, I'm still going to keep the 50% expense ratio. And now we're going to see that we're at an 18 cap. So we're somewhere between that 10 and 18 cap with a short-term rental strategy, depending on how optimized we make it. And we're underwritten with long-term at an 8.5 cap. It looks like this property is worth in the 250 to maybe, who knows really. The comps do tend to indicate it could go above 250 because we've already pulled official comps with our realtor and we've got that. So at a 5.2, it looks like 250 is comfortable. What if we make a whole separate, we finish the basement and we put in a separate living quarter there? It's only going to bring the value up even higher. So maybe even 300,000 while we're all in for about 175. Keep some contingencies in there, maybe 200 just in case. So are we buying under market value? That's golden rule number 1. Are we buying cash flow? How strong is that cap rate? That's golden rule number 2. And so do we have our golden rules in place? Yes. And do I have a thumbs up? Is this a deal or no deal? Thinking of a single family home in Euclid. All right. This is, this is the type of opportunity that might, pass you by if you're not that you're not paying attention, but you might not be aware that this or that can be done. And so converting a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, a 5 into a 9-bedroom, and creating separate living spaces, maybe creating an opportunity for someone to house hack. All right. And so this can be a really, really interesting opportunity for you, your partners, your local partners, boots on the ground, to get involved and ultimately profit with you. So Amanda says it's a deal. Dwight says it's a deal. That's fantastic. Isabel, I hope you're thinking it's a deal too. Oh, and you were saying you were not off thinking it was a good deal originally. So how about that? Patricia, deal. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it. 10 minutes. We are in and out. We've analyzed this deal long-term, short-term with different opportunities. Looks like our golden rules are satisfied. So with that, I'm going to remind you, if you do want to become a JK ambassador, just send us an email, info@nowfortomorrow.club. It is currently at $9.99, locked in for life. And I will invite you to do Now for Tomorrow for that lifestyle you deserve. Oh, and if you've got a deal you'd like to submit to the deal reveal, same thing. Send us an email, info@nowfortomorrow.club. All we need really is the address. But if you want to send us more information, you can do as much or as little as you want. We actually have a number of deals under contract right now. So if you don't have any, we're going to keep showing you some of our deals because there are a lot going on right now. And so with that being said, have a great evening. We'll see you soon and enjoy. Okay, good. People are chatting up in the chat section as well. info@nowfortomorrow.club if you want to get a hold of us or join as a JK ambassador. We'll see you on the other side. Have a great evening, everyone.